pacifism needs to be about keeping these commandments.
This is not what I expected out of them. The true Bible, the book of our fathers.
Right. The Most High has given us guidance on what we need to do.
It's Officer Eli. It's Officer Nashon. Officer Iuic.
Hey, Shalom Israel, Most High Christ bless. It's good to see you, and it's really good to be back. It's been a minute. All praise to the Most High, but I'm glad to be back with the Bible, book of our fathers, and we're just going to have a good show tonight. Good to see you all. You know, Sabbath coming in real soon at some point. But we're here tonight sharing with you, and glad to have you. Glad to have you come and join us. And so I'm Captain Dakar.
Officer here.
Officer Nashon, Shalom.
Officer Iuic.
Glad to have you tonight, Israel. We're glad that you're with us. This is give us opportunity to come and serve you through the show that we have here, the Bible, the book of our fathers. And so one of the things that we see, different matters, but we want to talk about the world of Israel and the world around Israel. So there's things that's going on in our community. There's things going in and around us. Our world is large, Israel. Oftentimes we think about my city, my state, but the world of Israel is extremely large. Hopefully we'll be able to clear that up and show you how great we are as a people. And what's happening is that sometimes it's hard to see the greatness of something. It don't actually appear when you look for it. You don't see it, but the matter of it is great. And so over a period of time, you could begin to see, okay, take somebody that perhaps could sing, or some athlete, or you see over a period of time, you could see that there was greatness in that particular person or that particular song or something, or that singer. So in what we're talking about in Israel, we want to see the greatness that we have too. And like I said, it's not easily seen. And yes, Israel is a world in of itself.
That's right.
So, you know, I was kind of mentioning a while ago, though, officer, you know, good to be back. You know, it's been a minute.
Good to have you back, Cap.
Yeah, it's just, you're trying to, you know, battle things. You can't do everything. You kind of, like you say, in this, and in our captivity, I mentioned it that way, and we're going to talk about a little bit of that, too. You know, you're trying to do the Lord's bidding, you know. You're trying to do the Lord's work. And, you know, you can't serve two masters. Give me that 624 in Matthew. Let's just go off the hinges, because the matter is still talking about the world in and around Israel. So that's what we're going to be talking about, Israel. And
meaning that Israel is the show, and Israel are the stars of the show.
That's right.
And then everybody else are the supporting cast, you know, in the movie.
Right. So, you know, there's things that's going in and around there. For an example, they say, come and get this, and you come back in a few weeks, you get another one. Well, for us, where we're going, everybody can't get what we got.
Exactly.
This is not for everybody.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody's not getting this.
Mm-hmm.
So we're going to talk about it. So there again, there's greatness in us. So I want to start, if you would, officer. Let's go into 2 Timothy chapter 2.
Did you want that, Matthew?
No, I tell you what, hold that. We need to get the disclaimer out. Did we do that?
No, sir.
All right, let's do that. All righty.
Israel united in Christ. We are not a hate group. We are not affiliated with any other Israelite group. Israel United in Christ is a nonviolent Bible-based movement. We do not advocate or condone any acts of violence against any race, ethnicity, or gender. We advise that if anyone hears or knows of any plots to cause harm to anyone or to break the laws of the land, you must contact the proper authorities to bring awareness to any possible threat, as stated in Leviticus chapter 5, verse 1.
Thank you, officer. You know, you read that, you know, and that's for people that break the law. You know. So it's just kind of just get you. What I got you holding, officer? 2 Timothy?
2 Timothy, you want to chapter 2, verse 19?
Let's start with verse 10.
Verse 10.
Thank you, sir.
Therefore, I endured all things for the elect's sake.
And even for us, how we do and how we manage and how we sit there and put ourselves in a position where we can help our people. In doing so, we're doing it because it's for the elect. We have understanding of who we are. We have understanding of salvation. We understand the purpose of keeping the commandments, and we understand we have to endure. And it's trying to help our people. Yes, this people is not what one would deem to be, well, let me turn that around. We are the ones that actually are the elect. And so Paul is talking about our people as a whole. So here we are now doing the same thing. We're talking about them too. Read it from the top again.
Therefore, I endure all things for the elect's sake.
And that is some of it. We are enduring things for the elect's sake. We are making straight choices or straight commandments. We are renewing our minds for the elect's sake. We are trying to be an example to our people. We are Israel, and we have leaders that's leading us, and that's the thing that I am really in a position to support leadership, because we get the opportunity to follow those that have paved the way for years after years after years after years.
Right.
And it's not, you don't get to see the greatness, but over all those years that's been applied, now the greatness beginning to come forward.
Right.
Now you're starting to see how we've mustered ourselves across the earth. You're starting to see these things visual. Now you're starting to see the greatness of us. You didn't see it early on. You did not see it.
Like that mustard seed.
Yes, just like the mustard seed. Read on, officer.
That they may also obtain the salvation which is in Christ Jesus with eternal glory.
That's what we're trying to understand, is that the whole thing is about to be with the King, and it's about it's eternal glory. We have a passageway. The way has already been set. All we have to do is just gather ourselves. The course has already been made. There's nothing's going to change our course. There's nothing for us to do but be obedient. The Most High has already gave us the victory, Israel. It's just a matter of gathering ourselves together in the spirit of unity. Keep these commandments. Don't even think about it. It's those other religions. It's not going to work. This is the way. Hold that. Get me that 6:16 in the Isaiah. See what is that what I want? Isaiah 6:16. We're coming back, Israel. We're coming back to Timothy. No, sir. That ain't it? Hold on. Is Jeremiah 6:16? Try Jeremiah then. See if Jeremiah said that out of his mouth. Yeah, there it is. Jeremiah said that.
Jeremiah chapter 6 and verse 16. Thus saith the Lord.
Who said this?
The Lord. Stand ye in the way. And see and ask for the old paths.
There ain't no other way, Israel. If you ain't keeping the commandments, if you ain't coming here following these great commandments and doing the will of God, there ain't no other way. I'm telling you, listen, this is in and around us, and we have to understand that we got to know that there's no other way. Going up under these other gods is not. It's death to you. It's death to you, Israel. We was given the commandments. We was given this charge, and so therefore the mandate is on us. Read what Jeremiah said again from the top, please, sir.
Thus saith the Lord.
The Most High said this. So let's understand that He is setting a course for us. This is the path that we're on. This is the path that we must take. And the thing about it is that when you begin to seal your mind and get the sealing of your mind, you understand what it is that you must do.
Right.
You won't go. You get it. You see people fall out. You see people, in your family, act like they, come against you and stuff like that. You'll truly get it. You'll be like, I understand now. You truly will get it. Read on, officer.
Stand ye in the ways.
Now, this is the ways that we must go. Read on.
And see and ask for the old paths.
What everybody else have done. Moses, the other prophets have done. Christ, the New Testament prophet that was coming. Paul, Peter, ain't nothing changing. Even so now we have prophets that's before us, that's leading us in the way. The same path they took, they are on. And so we must be on that same path. Ain't nothing turning. There's not another way. It didn't work for you, did it? You probably tried this and you tried that. You went to this house, you went to that house. You went to that religion, you tried that over there. It didn't work. That's why you're here with us. And we're glad to have you. All praises to the Most High. Repent, help us keep these commandments. Read on.
Where is the good way? And walk therein.
And just walk therein. That's what we must do, Israel. Let's go back to Timothy. Let's go back where we were.
2 Timothy chapter 2, verse 10. Therefore I endure all things for the elect's sake, that they may also obtain the salvation which is in Christ Jesus with eternal glory.
And that's what it's about. It's about eternal glory. It's about receiving what's properly yours. It's salvation. It's salvation. A lot of us do try to obtain things in this world. We do. But here, you're going to have to give an account. Look, you don't have a long time, Israel. You don't have a long time. I'm just telling you. It ain't what you think. You know, you sitting there thinking, I got all my life. I can do this. I can do that. I'm telling you, time is drawing nigh. It behooves you to wake yourself up out of that slumber. Give me verse, give me verse 19.
Verse 19.
Oh, no, I want 19. Give me, 2 and 19. Let me have that.
Verse 19. Nevertheless, the foundation of God standeth sure.
That's what it's about. It's about the foundation that's been established. It's about the old past. Remember, you forgot already. That's the way. This is the sure. This is a sure foundation.
Right.
You getting carried away with other things and stuff, but this is the sure foundation. There's no other way. There's no other path. It's just not. That's why he say we'll raise up the prophets last. Here we are.
In the last day.
In the last days. This is it.
Cap.
Yeah.
There was some more in that Jeremiah that actually said that what you just said there.
Okay.
The very bottom part of that. Can I read 16 again?
Read it.
Jeremiah chapter 6, verse 16.
Uh-huh.
Thus saith the Lord, stand ye in the ways, and see, and ask for the old paths, where is the good way?
Where's the good way?
And walk therein.
And walk therein. Read on.
And ye shall find rest for your souls. But they said, we will not walk therein.
And they said we will not walk therein. So you said, many of y'all say, oh, I'm with Christ. I believe in what Christ said. Get that Matthew 11 and 28. Christ said the same thing. It's about your soul. You listen, you got to be mindful. This is not about this place here. This is a passage. This is a journey. We're pilgrims. We're just passing through here. Yeah, he told us in Jeremiah to build ye houses, marry your sons and daughters. We get it. We get it. We got it. But this is not what we're supposed to set up. This is not the kingdom. This is not it. This is not our kingdom. And we're going to get into that a little later, too. What I got you holding?
Matthew chapter 11, verse 28.
Let's go there.
Come unto me, all ye that labor and are heavy laden.
That's what Christ is telling us. Even for us, Christ is telling us, too, the same way. That he's trying to give us the same rest that we're going to need. This is enduring. That's what Paul was talking about. He said he was enduring for the spirits, for the saints. He said therefore I endure all things for the elect's sake. That's the purpose. We're doing it too. We're doing it for the elect's sake. Yeah, there's many sacrifices we make that you see the prophets go across the earth. They lead their families days at a time. Right. That's a sacrifice. They're doing it for the elect's sake. You know, to help spread this gospel, to help unify us across the earth. That's a lot. We can't even get some of y'all to even go down. You won't even leave the house. You know, you won't even go, worry about, trying to stay around. Okay, I'm sorry. I digress. Let me lean back a little bit. I don't want
to bring it up.
But that's the point. So Paul is telling us, that, this is, you have to endure some things. There's some sacrifices must be made. There is. You got to give up some things for other people. And that's what he's laying down here. So read on. I'm sorry, Austin.
You were going back to Timothy 2 and 19? Or you going back?
Did you want to finish the rest of Matthew?
Yeah, give me the rest of Matthew, and then we go back.
Matthew chapter 11, verse 28.
All right.
Come unto me, all ye that labor and are heavy laden, and I will give you rest.
A lot of our people are laden, and we're going to get to a couple of videos here in a little while. A lot of people are laden. We are troubled. We have a problem when they're sitting there handling our kids improperly. You know, those are things that's in Israel. Those things are not going away either, Israel. By the way, like, you know, we just want equal justice. That ain't going to happen. Stop that.
They don't consider you equal. So how you going to get the same opportunities?
Exactly, officer. So, you know, that end of us and stuff, we hear some of them on the forefront that has the microphone, that has the platform. They want to sit there and talk about those things and try to inspire. I guess that's what they're doing. I'm not for sure about it. And see if we are, you know, that's what we should do, or that's the path that we should take. There's too much blood that's been spilled of our people for us to even be thinking about that we need to be equal.
And you know what, Cap? In your spirit, in our spirit, we know that, I mean, just on our jobs and our day-to-day lives, you can pick up on their spirit and know that they don't consider you to be equal with them. Like, they consider you to be beneath them. No matter how much they try to front like they actually care about you or whatever, yeah. You can pick up on their spirit that they just don't care about you. You know, that you're beneath them, that they don't consider you to be equal to them.
And you know, as you talk about that, my mind kind of went across the thought that, you know, even things like when you could be doing the same job, for an example, their pay is already more than you. They give Harold got a higher pay than you. Mm-hmm. Tyrone, his stuff, you know, he'll be working right beside you, right, doing the same job. Mm-hmm. But somewhere along the line, they gave him a little bit more than you. Absolutely. To your point, they don't see us as equal like that. Right. And so we need to stop asking for trying to be equal to them. Actually, what has happened is that we actually have done downgraded. We coming down. We come down to their level. That's what we're doing. Mm-hmm. That's all we're doing. You know, you think you equal to them. No, you coming down to them. That's really true. That's really true. Mm-hmm. Are you finished with 1128?
Yes, sir.
That's it? Okay. We're going back. Let's go back.
2 Timothy chapter 2, verse 19. Mm-hmm. Nevertheless, the foundation of God standeth sure, having this seal.
Having what seal?
This seal.
There is a particular seal. Can we get that, officer?
Yes, sir.
Let's get because it says the seal, having this seal. Mm-hmm.
Isaiah chapter 8, verse 16. Bind up the testimony. Seal the law among my disciples.
So that's what Paul is talking about. This is the way that the path that we should be able to take in the world of Israel, that we have to understand that that's for the elect's sake. That's how we get to the place of salvation, which is in Christ, which is eternal glory. That's what it turns into. This seal is our way. It all intertwines. So this is how the path that we should take. And I know many of us been on different journeys in our lives, and we came to where we are. We came from all walks of life, various life. But now we united what? Up under the banner of Christ. Right. We up under him. And we all agree that we're going to be of the same mind. Mm-hmm. You know, the same spirit. We say we're going to mind the same things. We all said that. And that's the unity that has to come forth in us as a nation. Look, we came as a nation. We're going to leave as a nation. We came, we was given the laws, we're going to exit with the laws.
So the only way we can receive salvation is by keeping the laws, is what you're saying?
Yes.
Can we get that to prove it also in Psalms 119, verse 166?
Yes, sir.
So like Cap's saying, you're not going to get out of here. You're not going to get saved without keeping the laws of God. You're not going to be able to just walk around doing whatever you want. If you're not walking this way, like the scriptures say, walk ye in it, then you're going to get left behind. Go ahead, read that.
Psalms chapter 119, verse 166. Lord, I have hoped for thy salvation.
I have hope for thy salvation. How are you going to hope for that thing? You keeping all the law, statutes, and commandments.
And done thy commandments.
And done. That's an action word. And done thy commandments. So the only way that you're going to receive salvation is by keeping the law, statutes, and commandments of God.
Keep reading down to 68, officer.
My soul have kept thy testimonies, and I love them exceedingly.
Love them exceedingly. That's how we gotta be in this truth. That's how we gotta love the laws of the Lord. We gotta condition ourselves to come out of that filth we got to condition our minds to come out of that filth and to love the laws sincerely. Read on.
I have kept thy precepts and thy testimonies. For all my ways are before thee.
Right. So all his ways are before thee, the laws of God.
Right. That's what we saying the whole time. Walk ye. Get one more
Walk
scripture.
in it.
Isaiah 30 and verse 20. Real quick, man. We gotta walk this way. If not, you putting destruction on yourself. That's what you asking for. You asking for destruction. Go ahead and read that.
Isaiah chapter 30 verse 20. And though the Lord give you the bread of adversity.
That's the killings in the streets, slavery, ships, slave ships, cargo ships, drugs in your community, prostitution, abortion clinics, adversity. Read on.
And the water of affliction. Yet shall not thy teachers be removed into a corner anymore.
So that's what Kat was talking about, us being the elect, and you're going to see us. But that's the next verse is what I want.
But thine eyes shall see thy teachers, and thine ears shall hear a word behind thee, saying, This is the way, walk ye in it.
This is the way. The law, statutes, and commandment of God, knowing that you're an Israelite. This is the way. Walk ye in it.
That old way.
Right, that old way.
Path.
Right, that old path.
Yeah.
The same thing your forefathers was doing.
Right.
Keeping the law, statutes, and commandment. Go ahead. Go back to Kat.
Let me say one more thing.
Yeah, bring it out.
Who wouldn't want to go to the way that the Creator appointed them to go? Like, what other way is there to go?
Think about it. But that's what makes you the children of God. You know what I'm saying? What you're saying?
Exactly.
You know, who wouldn't?
Right.
Only the children of God would. You know?
Right.
My most rebellious house.
So let's read 19. I'll let you get through it this time. 2 Timothy.
2 Timothy chapter 2 verse 19. Nevertheless, the foundation of God standeth sure, having this seal. The Lord knoweth them that are his.
And that's what it is, that we're keeping the commandments. He knoweth those that are his. And this foundation that we're building, which is a city, you can see a lot of things that has been resurrected and a lot of things we have established. There's a lot of things going on in the city. We have sanctuaries. There's a lot that's going on. There's a lot of, we have education. We have a lot of things that we're starting to establish and build this city that begin to bring forth this greatness. It's just not in my city, but it's in your city, Israel. It's just not over just any cities. It's all across the earth. And we'll see that even, we see that things are happening to us, against us. It's also in your city too. And so, as we go on and establish what we're trying to do and bring forth this greatness, you know, and just a little, you know, it's been going on, but as we kind of touch on it, you know, I got a little bit of years on my life, but the point of the matter is that there's a lot of years that has been labor that has been doing, and you can start to see the budding or the light that's coming forth across the earth. You can see it. And so the greatness is beginning to show.
Because it wasn't the things that you're seeing now, as far as like, you know, the truth of the Bible, the truth that who we are as a people. At one point in time, you didn't hear this.
Right.
Is that the point you're trying to make?
Yeah, you didn't.
You didn't hear this, you know.
And to that point, you know, like what you're touching on, I think it's a little later, but I'm just want to say that, you know, even for us in Israel, there's nothing that we're lacking. Everything that we have, we're coming together with it. We have all what we need. And it's just a matter of us unifying. In other words, what I'm saying is that the gifts and talents have always been in us. I think y'all talked about it last week, and I think y'all was in the book of Timbuktu, and it was just laboring all the things that we've done.
Yes, sir.
That, you know, I think Cap had some other things he had talked about in terms of the things that we had,
all the skills that we had.
Absolutely. So all those things, they didn't go away. You know, that we had them. We had those ideas then. We was the one that came forth a lot of ideas that, you know, so-called the other nations took from us. You know, but they was ideas. They was ours. You know, and we'll see later on there's things that God gave us, and they still trying to take other things that God had gave us. They still stealing. Don't make no difference. They still taking what don't belong to them. But we're the one that made the covenant with the Most High.
Right.
So give me that down there, and 1 John 4:4. And just want to touch on this right quick, and then we're going to come back to Israel. I want to talk about Israel a little bit because before you get that, hold that before you get that, let's talk about Israel. I got to go there.
You want me to finish 19?
Finish 19.
And let everyone that nameth the name of Christ depart from iniquity.
Right, because we're the righteousness of the Most High, and so you're not going to find us doing the unrighteousness according to the standard that the world. You're not going to see that. There's a difference. There's a difference in Israel. We're the righteousness of the Most High, so you're going to find us doing that. So also in Israel, you also notice that Israel is growing. So
right.
I seen brothers that came into the truth by themselves. Like, hey, son, brother, Most High Christ bless. So he's been around for a while. The brother been around for a while, laboring and doing. You know what I mean? Come to find out, the brother got married. Brother got 3 children. You know what I'm saying?
Wow.
I'm like, wow, he's adding to the nation. All praise, all praise, all praises, right? So it is that there's a lot of brothers. There's a lot of them, just coming forth in righteousness. The nation is growing. A lot of times we look at things from the top. You need to look at things from the bottom.
Right.
Because every time you turn around, somebody say, I got a baby.
Right.
Exactly.
Exactly.
We be like, hey, congratulations, bro. Hey, congratulations, bro. Every time you turn around in Israel, the nation is growing. Let's talk about that a little bit. Exodus chapter 1. I'll get to the point. We'll get to the point. The nation is growing, man. And you see, I mean, it's no joke. These brothers know. They came by themselves. Now they walk around. They got strollers. They got baby seats. They got cargo vans. Not many, right? Cargo. Yes. The nation is growing. We thank the Most High for that. Most High, I'm telling you. Is it 19 the point?
I think you want verse 1 and 9. You want it?
Yeah. Is it one? Is it 17, 19? What am I? You looking? I'm not looking. Let me look. Cause it's huh?
You want a verse 9?
I want it. Let me see. I said 9. Is that what I want? I don't know. I want 9. I want 19. I said it.
Exodus chapter 1, verse 19. And the midwives said unto Pharaoh, because the Hebrew women are not as the Egyptian women, for they are lively.
How are they?
Lively.
Israel, y'all lively out there. I just want to let you know y'all lively. I'm not hating. Hey, more power to you. Because every time I turn around, boy, I'm telling you,
and they're still lively.
Yeah, they still lively. That's the point I'm trying to talk about. Here's a brother coming in. Hey, shalom, bro. Hey, glad to be in the truth. Look around, brother going across the floor, got 2 kids, a wife, brother lively. All praises for that, Israel. I just want to give you a shout out for that. And you helping us build the nation. We thank the Most High for that. So the nation, we're growing at an expeditional rate. We just blasting across the earth. So now give me that 1 John 4 and 4.
Okay. 1 John chapter 4, verse 4. Ye are the children of God, little children, and have overcome them, because greater is he that is in you than he that is in the world.
Read that again.
Ye are the children, ye are of God, little children.
There it is right there. That's what we were saying earlier. We're the children of God. Everybody don't get this. Everybody don't have this. Everybody's not going to be able to walk in this. Everybody's not going to get this rest. Everybody's not on this path. That's real talk. Read on.
And have overcome them.
And we're separating ourselves. We're overcoming and doing the will of God and trying to be a light unto our people. So we was talking about the seal earlier. So we read that 8:16. Give me Isaiah 8 and 10, if you don't mind, officer.
Isaiah chapter 8 and verse 10.
Is that what I'm with you? Let me get with you.
You want the seal?
8:10.
Isaiah chapter 8, verse 10. Take counsel together.
That's what it's talking about. Gather yourself together. Arise up together. It's all the same. When it's telling us to take counsel together, it's the same thing. We have to do that. We have to unify. Just speaking, just being here with the brothers, this is our work. This is our lot. You know what I mean? It's not going to change, brothers. We're going to always be laboring We're going to always be doing it for the elect's sake. You know, you might be qualified. You may have other talents or things that you may have. All praises for that, and we pray that you use them for the nation, the building up of the city. You know, but the work itself, the template that we have is to stay in righteousness, you know, and gather in the elect.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
Go ahead.
You wanted that bottom part of that verse?
Yeah. We'll get to it.
Okay.
All right, read verse 10. Read it.
Take counsel together,
Come together as a people.
and it shall come to naught. Speak the word, and
That's what we're to do. That's what we are here doing, Israel. We are here speaking the word. These are not our words. You know, a lot of us come from some very tough, humble beginnings, whatever you want to say. It was tough, but yet you made it here. But now we're able to speak the word of the Most High. You know, because what are we doing? We're counseling together. We're taking plight together. We're trusting in one another. We're believing in one another that we're going to do this work. So we are finding ourselves taking counsel together. We are rising up. We are gathering ourselves together.
What that saying now? It said, read that scripture again.
take counsel together, and it shall come to naught. Speak the word, and it shall not stand, for God is with us.
But God is.
Go ahead.
I thought you were done, Kevin.
No. You go ahead. I'm with you.
So basically, it said, read that part again.
Take counsel together, and it shall come to naught. Speak the word, and it shall not stand, for God is with us.
What came to my mind with this scripture was Luke 21:15. You mind if I get that?
Yeah, go right ahead.
It says, for God is with us. So Luke 21 verse 15.
Luke chapter 21 and verse 15. For I will give you a mouth and wisdom, which all your adversaries shall not be able to gainsay nor resist.
So long as we stay in this Bible, the Lord is with us. Okay, nobody can come against this Bible. No, nobody can come against the words of God. We stay in this Bible. None of our enemies can gainsay this, even of our own people that want to debunk the Bible or want to try to cast the Bible down, whatever, so to speak.
Right.
Nobody can go against this Bible. Read on. Is that it on that?
Yes, sir.
Okay. That's all I wanted on that.
No. You brought it out. And, you know, look, we're gonna do the Lord's bidding. You know, we're going to be unprofitable service. We're going to do that. You know, we're not going to, you know, we've seen the tragedies of our people. We've seen a lot of tragic things happen to us. And we're going a couple of videos to show that. Those are the things that's going in and around Israel. And so here we're trying to just use forth a template, what is really required of us. You know, we have destiny. You know, we have eternal glory. And it's important that we get there. And so we're trying to use this path to get there. So we was going to pull Zephaniah. I wanted to touch on that. Just wanted to just get Zephaniah 2 and 1.
Zephaniah chapter 2 and verse 1. Gather yourselves together.
It said the same thing. Counsel together. Gather together. Arise together. All that's the same, Israel. Read.
Yea, gather together, O nation not desired.
And yeah, we're not so, but we're gathering ourselves together because it's what they think of us, but they yet to start to see our greatness. They starting to see it. They've been knowing about it for a long time, a lot longer than some of us and ourselves when we came home, that we ourselves didn't realize and recognize who we were. So they know that this is a great people. And so now it's in us. And we're taking on that righteous act or those spirits that's residing in us, that Christ said he's going to give us rest. We're starting to hunger and thirst after righteousness now. Read on.
Before the decree bring forth.
Because there's judgment coming to this earth. And so there's people that's on this earth. It's for us to go back home. But we're going to see there's other people trying to leave the earth themselves. But read on.
Before the day pass as the chaff, before the fierce anger of the Lord come upon you.
Before this judgment come, they know it's coming. It's inevitable. It's coming. And it's coming for us, but we must get ourselves together. We must gather. Read.
Before the day of the Lord's anger come upon you.
And he's angry with the nation of Israel because of us not obeying what he told us to do. We know when we're commanded. So it behooves us, just like it said, let us counsel together. Let's take the word of God and set and let us understand that we must come together as a nation under these commandments, not find ourselves falling after other gods. It's bringing confusion among our people. Now we have the records. There should not be no confusion. The niggerdom has to go. We have leaders. We have men that we can follow that have endured much. And folks come around, little novice brothers and stuff like that. Stop that madness. Talking about you that got 4 years of college. Who you kidding?
That's right.
That's you following them. That's what they told you. But now we have the information. Now we have the guidance. Now we have the truth. Now we just need to gather ourselves together. Why? Because there's judgment coming. Read on.
That's all.
Read on.
Oh, verse 3. Seek ye the Lord, all ye meek of the earth.
We have to seek him. This is now. This is our period. This is what we must be about. You're seeking out the other things. You're trying to put college fund money away for your children. You're seeking out the other things. You're trying to get higher education. There's nothing wrong with trying to get a better job. I get it. But here it's telling us that we have to seek after the Lord. How are you missing this route? It's him that wakes you up in the morning. It's him that where you're renewed every morning. You know it ain't that alarm clock. Mine don't half work anyway. I know that's the case. If it wasn't for the Lord on our side, we'd be in much trouble. Now he's commanding us to follow him and follow the men that the prophets that he's instilled in us and put before us. Look, when you look at our history, for an example, question: when did Joshua take over? Did he take over with Moses? Or he took over after Moses.
After.
He took over after. So if we got leaders, you ain't gonna be leading nothing no time soon. Mm-hmm. Your job is to follow. With your 24-year-old self. Read verse 9 again. What is it?
Verse 3. Seek ye the Lord, all ye meek of the earth, which have wrought his judgment. Seek righteousness.
That's what we're about, Israel. We ain't playing around. Nah. I've seen a lot in my little few days. I've seen a lot. I've seen people playing around. In this congregation, we don't play around. They don't play because lives and people lives are on at stake. You can't be playing around with people's souls like that. You want to play around? Go in one of them churches. You play around and stuff like that. You know, Jack Leggett Johnson. You can go there. But we ain't playing around with nobody. There's too much at stake. People's lives on the line. Read on.
Seek meekness. It may be ye shall be hid in the day of the Lord's anger.
It may be. And we're hoping that you get yourself together, that you repent and come out from among them and be ye separate, says the Lord. So we read, so it tells us that we need to gather ourselves as a nation and that we need to seek righteousness. And that's important that we do that. Because the Lord, it said in Timothy, it said the Lord knows those that are his, right? Right. It was talking about that.
Right.
So give me 2nd Ezra 15, and we're going to start at 24.
2nd Ezra chapter 15, verse 24. Woe to them that sin and keep not my commandments, saith the Lord. I will not spare them. Go your way, ye children, from the power. Defile not my sanctuary. For the Lord knoweth all them that sin against him.
Say that part. Okay, hold on. Let me get it with you. I want to get it with you. Hold on, officer. Read that again. Hold on.
Verse 24.
Uh-huh.
Woe to them that sin.
I'm with you now.
And keep not my commandments.
Because that's what it was saying, that before the day of chaff, before the day of judgment come, let's get ourselves together. Say, you know what? I see them people. You know what? Look over there. You don't see a lot of sisters walk around with dresses. Some sisters may say, you know,
right.
she's different. She's
exception.
not revealing.
Why she always wearing a dress?
Yeah. You should see what's up with that brother. You know, every time I see him, he got them things on the bottom of his shirt. You might want to ask, what's different about you? What kind of water are you drinking? Because you're drinking some bad water. You're drinking some bad water. You might want to ask, Israel. You might want to ask. There's a difference. We're walking in righteousness. We're keeping the commandments. And when you see a brother or sister, somebody that's covered up, you see them walking around in modest apparel, you might want to ask, what kind of water are you drinking? Because that's what it's saying here. Woe to them that sin. Hold that. Let's just get what is sin. Let's go into 1 John. Because I know you say, look, we want to bring balance. Hopefully we have, people that's trying to come in, they're hearing what's going on in Israel. It's what we're talking about. Why are those fringes on them? Mm-hmm. Why is she wearing that dress? That's what we're talking about.
A brother asked me yesterday.
A brother asked you yesterday.
Yes, sir.
So that's what we have. We got to be able to explain that because the Most High is giving us these laws, and so we're commanded in doing that. And so a lot of us know, but there's people out there that may not know. So let's not leave them out as well.
First John, chapter 3 and verse 4. Whosoever committeth sin transgresseth also the law.
So for an example, those people that you see that's not wearing their fringes, or those people that a sister wearing the pants and she's not modest apparel, she's not wearing a dress, these are laws that we have to keep. And so when you see them, you might want to ask them about that. I notice you have a long dress on most of the time. You might want to ask the sister. You might want to ask the brother, every time I see you, you have those things down at the bottom of your shirt. You might want to ask. That's part of our righteousness. So when you see them, you get a good example, and maybe they can share with you. Maybe you find yourself coming home because what you've been doing is working. It's not working. Wearing Nikes ain't going to get it. Wearing Adidas ain't going to get it. We're going to touch on that a little later, too, by the way. But I'm just telling you, this is righteousness for us. So we read, are you finished reading that? Sin?
No, sir.
Read that.
For sin is the transgression of the law.
Mm-hmm. Go to verse 1.
Verse 1.
Mm-hmm.
Behold, what manner of love the Father hath bestowed upon us.
So this is bestowed on us. This is what's on the nation of Israel. This is the love. I tell you, to hear and that, that the Most High has bestowed on us. I'm telling you, boy, sometimes when you read the scriptures, you can kind of get a little gassed up. You're like, the Lord Most High trying to gas me up. What's this about?
Right.
He gassed me up. I like that thing because I take it personally. Because it says what? What kind of love?
Behold, what manner of love the Father hath bestowed upon us.
That we're special, that we're above, that we're not the same, that he gave us the world of Israel. Right. He gave it to us.
Right.
That's some serious love. Some of y'all ain't never got nothing from your daddy or your mama. But we don't even know what kind of love that we have with the Most High that he bestowed upon us.
Hey, Cap, some people never heard that before, that the world is for us. They never heard that, so let's read it for them. What's that, 2 Ezra 6 and 54?
Mm-hmm.
Well, get to the point.
Yes, sir.
I think it's like 55, 56. So like you're saying, Cap, some people never heard it, so it's up to us to bring it out. That same book that they say they believe in, they never knew that something like that was in there. So go ahead and read that.
2 Ezra, chapter 6, verse 55. All this have I spoken before thee, O Lord, because thou madest the world for our sakes.
That madest the world for our sakes. Who's the our? The elect that we've been talking about. Who's salvation for? The Israelites, you blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. The world is made for your sakes.
Right.
Yes, this whole world and more is made for you. Was that it? Or read on. Is that it?
Yes, sir.
Okay, that's it, Cap.
Yeah, there is greatness in us. That's absolutely true. There's greatness in us. The Most High, shared His love upon us. He has bestowed love upon us. Let's see how good He is. Give me that Sirach 2:11.
Did you want to finish 1 Timothy?
I do.
1 John, 3 verse 1.
Yeah, that's heavy.
1 John chapter 3 verse 1.
Uh-huh.
Behold, what manner of love the Father hath bestowed upon us, that we should be called the sons of God.
That's the matter here. We are sons of God. We are exceptional. And when we really encompass that, we don't see our greatness. It's because we done lowered our standards so low to the other nations that we trying to be accepted in that, but the greatness lies within us. So we are an exceptional people, but yet we thinking that we're lacking because we base things on clothing. We base it on our neighborhoods. We base it on our income. Yeah, that's what captivity does to you. It don't put you at the top. It puts your tail on the bottom. That's what captivity does. And I'm going to show you things. We're going to look rather how things that when you don't do what you're supposed to do, as meaning that we'll see there's a difference between us and the other nations. I just hold that thought. I got to hold that thought. So.
I want to touch on this scripture right here.
Okay, which one?
Okay, you got to do that thing some justice too, like.
Yes, sir.
You get when you read this thing, it says, "Behold, what manner of love the Father hath bestowed upon us, that we should be called the sons of God." Listen to that. He said, look, just think about that thing. That we should be called the sons of God. Mm-hmm. What kind of, that's another type of love that he chose the creator of everything that when you go outside and you see everything you see. Okay. He said we are his sons. But the world say that we nothing. We despise, we hate it. We convicts, we overpopulate the prisons. We suffer from all type of disease, but the Most High said, no, we the sons of God. Read that again.
Behold, what manner of love the Father hath bestowed upon us, that we should be called the sons of God.
Basically, he said that's another type of love that the Creator said we are his sons. Read on.
Therefore, the world knoweth us not.
But the world don't know us. Why?
Because it knew him not.
Because they ungodly. And we are godly people living in an ungodly world. We are hated. They don't want us around with our godliness.
Right.
Go ahead,
you're right. Okay. Here's the point. Let me go down to verse 6.
Verse 6. Whosoever abideth in him sinneth not.
So us keeping God's commandments, we abide in him. We sinning not, right? Read on.
Whosoever sinneth hath not seen him.
That's why they say they don't believe Christ is black. They're in the midst of sin. That's why they don't believe that we the Israelites. They're in the midst of sin. They don't see that thing. Read it from the top again.
Whosoever abideth in him sinneth not.
Listen at this. Whosoever abideth in him sinneth not. We know who we are. We know that Christ is black. We know that we're children of God. We know that we're chosen. We know that we're the elect. We know we've got to gather our people in. But we know not to sin against him. We fear the Most High, right? Read.
Whosoever sinneth hath not seen him.
And when you see people walking around wearing pants and stuff like that, they don't even believe Christ is black. That's why they go to church on Sundays. That's why they eat pork meat.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? They're in the midst of sin. They don't know him. And that's our people.
Right.
That's the elect. That's what we have to do. We have to help them. That's the lot. That's the work. Read on.
Neither knoweth him.
They don't know him.
Known him.
They hadn't.
People going around calling themselves a child of God.
Yeah.
How you calling yourself a child of God and you in the midst of sin?
Right.
Our people that's repentant got to realize, like the scriptures say, the righteous is more excellent than his neighbor. Because you keeping these laws, statutes, and commandments. Read down verse 10. Get verse 10.
Verse 10. In this the children of God are manifest.
In this the children of God are manifest. In what? In keeping the law, statutes, and commandments, or not keeping the law, statutes, and commandments. If you keeping the laws, God dealing with you. Christ is dealing with you. If you did I say it right? if you are keeping the laws, if you are keeping the laws, Christ and God is dealing with you.
Right.
If you're not keeping the laws, guess who's dealing with you? Satan. The damn devil dealing with you. That's who's dealing with you. Read on.
And the children of the devil.
So read it again from the top.
In this, the children of God are manifest, and the children of the devil.
Read on.
Whosoever doeth not righteousness.
So whoever breaks the law, statutes, and commandments,
is not of God.
That's plain and simple. You not of God. If you got immodest apparel on, you not of God. If you walking around getting high all day, you not of God.
And this wasn't speaking to the heathen.
Right.
This is speaking to Israel.
Right. Read on.
Neither he that loveth not his brother.
That's it. That's it.
Okay. All right. Let's move on. We're going to get there, Israel. We are. And here's the point, because you're saying that we got a couple of videos, but here's the point that we really want to touch on, and that's what we're trying to see, that there are things that's going in and around, and there are concerns that we have. There are problems in our community that's going in and around Israel. Yeah, this is captivity. We are in that lower place. We are. So with that, let's do this. So how much time we got before the break?
We got a few minutes.
We got a few minutes. All right, give me a few minutes, y'all. All right, be patient with it. That these things have befallen us in this captivity, and that's what we know. That these things, we see that we are in trouble. So, give me the first video, Dean. Let's just jump to it. All right, we'll cut to the chase. Give me the first video. Give me that one about parenting. Good parenting mother puts her son in place at a PTA meeting for misbehaving in school. So these are things that's in and still going on. And what I want you to keep in mind, Israel, these things are not changing. They're not going to change because you thinking that you could, yes, they're not going to change, that we're going to continue to have problems. Play that.
We coming in a new year. And the first thing that I'm going to tell teachers this, you got to go with the expectation even for educators. First of all,
stop right there. Stop right there. All right, so there's a feed. I know we got a feed. People are watching us. We're glad that you're paying attention with us tonight, Israel. We're glad to have you on. But I want you to do me a favor. I want y'all to tell me about this picture. I'm going to ask a question. We'll go back to the video, but I want y'all to answer on the feed. What's wrong with the picture? Put the picture back up. Tell me what's missing in the picture. That's the question. What's missing with this picture? So the mom is at the school with her son. I want y'all to tell me what's wrong with the picture. Play the video.
Comment on the live feed.
Thank you.
That's it. I know what he did last year, but this is a new year. So I don't want nobody reminding me about what I understand, because he mine. And I know he was up here causing y'all up, and I should have been, more on top of his business, because his business is my business. Exactly. But see, Miss Rosalind, let me tell you this. The teachers, first of all, we ain't going to be in just any kind of classes. Everything that he's going to be in is going to go toward, hopefully, he may be going to the military, he may be going to a 4-year college, but I don't want him in no basket weaving classes. Okay? Yes. Now.
Stop right there. I know we're coming up on a break. I'm sorry. I know we're coming up on a break. Here, comment, Israel. What is wrong with this picture? What's missing in the picture? That's the question.
You got a lot of people that answered up.
What are they saying, officer?
A lot of people saying there's no father, no dad, no father, no pops.
That's the answer right there.
Going on.
That's what's going on, Israel. There's no father in the house, in there. That's the problem. Y'all got it right. It don't make no sense. She up there trying to be the mom and dad. Listen to, let her play a little bit. She's going to be talking about she'll take him out. She'll take him out. She said she's going to take him out here. Let it play.
I need to talk to every teacher because I need to give them my cell number. Okay? Yes. Because see, he know I work 2 jobs. Wow. Now I'm going to tell you this, Miss Rosalind. If I get a call from this school, and if I got to get off my job to come up here because he don't know how to keep that mouth shut, let me tell you, Miss Rosalind, I don't want to catch a case at your school now. Hello. But he know I will. He know I will. Do you understand that? We're not going to have no problems this year, are we? Miss Rosalind, trust me on this one. And football, he want to go out for? Ain't no football. parents.
That's it.
Parents.
Call it.
Parents.
Call it.
Ain't no basketball.
Priorities.
Priorities.
All day long.
Until he can get his attitude right.
Right.
Until he can show me that he can be trusted.
Yes.
And I'm telling you, I took that cell phone away because that was the extra bill that I was paying. All them Air Jordans costing $200. He ain't got no job.
That's right. That's right.
It ain't happening. I'm gonna tell you, he can get them Air Jordans when he get a job.
Hello.
But until then, all mama gonna do is make sure he got food, clothing, and shelter and support. And y'all got my support.
What else?
Yes.
Cause I don't want to come up here, and I'm telling you this, and I don't want to embarrass myself. I don't want to embarrass my son. But he know I will. Okay, I will, cause I love him.
Yes.
Okay, so I'm gonna tell you this. All that we seeing, young people, Black Lives Matter. Let me tell you this: all lives, mine matter. He mine.
Yes.
Understand that? He mine. I brought him in this world, and God knows I'll take him out.
Kill it right there. So we're about to go on break, but real quick, give me a script right quick. Give me. She said something that came out of her mouth. Give me the chief things in life. Sirach 29 and 20. She said something, and she, but all that fluff, buying him them Jordans and getting them cell phones and stuff like that. She's just raising a monster. She ain't doing but making a monster.
She made it seem like everything that's important is just about money. What about the morals of life? Raising them right, loving his people. What about stuff like that?
Right. If the dad was there, the dad would. She probably wouldn't even be at the PTA meeting. You know what I'm saying? He'd be somewhere doing something his dad had told him if he was in his life. I'm just saying, just guiding him. Or perhaps, she went back last year. It ain't gonna be that this year. Hell, it been cut up previous years. Now you want to sit there and after you done bought what, 2 cell phones, 4 pair of shoes, one Xbox, Are you kidding me? Now you tired of it. I'm working 2 jobs. You about to kill yourself, and then she talking about only thing I need to be worried about, and this is what she said. Read that.
Sirach, Ecclesiasticus, chapter 29, verse 21. The chief thing for life is water and bread and clothing and an house to cover shame.
That's what she was saying. That's all I need to do. That's all she needed to provide for him. All the other stuff she was trying to get him, she wasn't doing but building up a whole little monster. That's all she was doing. Don't make no doggone sense. We'll come back to Israel. We're about to go on break here, I think so. And just give us another segment with us. Stay with us, Israel. This is the Bible, the book of our fathers. This is the world in and around Israel. We'll be back.
Let us fight for our people and for the sanctuary. We're fighting for the hearts and minds of our people that do not yet know who they are. But we are their champions. We are their superheroes, so to speak. Believe that. We're serious. Ain't no laughter. We ain't got time for shucking and jiving. We got issues going on with the nation of Israel. Our young men are so starved for leaders. And the mother recognizes that we have no stars, that we have no leaders, that we have no superheroes. And because of that absence of an image, all kinds of psychological destruction has permeated the brains of our people.
To be honest with you, pay attention. Sons have God!
Yeah. Us against the world, know what we deserve. War against our soul, it's a God we serve. Yeah. Us against the world, us against the world. Working for that kingdom come, no time to observe. Us against the world, dragging rock we heard. Ain't no stopping this, 7,000 on reserve. Yeah. Us against the world, us against the world. Us against the world, us against the world.
Us against the world, overcoming all the odds. You go for the gusto. Ain't salute to the God and the captain of the host. The angels in trouble. It's a war for your soul. Army of the living God. They see us in order. They see the formation with Russo.
Hey, Shalom, Israel. Glad to have you back. And I tell you, that thing fire right there. I'm telling you, that's great fire. I like that thing. We could see that the mother is challenged, and y'all had the right answer. You're absolutely right. You know, the father was missing in the home. You know, there again, that's a law for Israel. You know, that's what we're to do. And you know, come to find out, you know, our people know what righteousness is. You know, the father was missing. So when you come into the nation, and we building families. We you know, it says, the scripture says it's not good for a man to be alone or a woman to be alone. So, you know, we coming in and we're unifying and we are building the nation. Give me that in Exodus 20 and 12 because the father was missing. Y'all was absolutely right.
Exodus chapter 20 and verse 12.
That's what we want? Yes, sir. That's it. Let's go with it.
Honor thy father and thy mother.
And she was up there trying to do all the work. She was trying to do all the correction. She was up there trying to do all the guidance. She was trying to talk for the father and for herself. She was working the 2 jobs where it should have been 2 incomes. You know, she was just doing it all by herself, trying to raise a young man that needs a man in his life. You know, and that's what we've seen. And so that's what it goes to. So the purpose of it is that, you know, we have to establish you know, our people as a whole. You know, we don't want to see our people lacking, and she need help. You could see that she, you know, there was a part of her that she earnestly tried to you know, deal with him. You know, she was trying to get him out from a lot. She's seen the trouble that he was headed. She's seen how the system is set up against him. She's seen that he was going to eventually fail. You know, and she need the PTA, she need the AAA, she need everybody to help her with that boy. You know what I'm saying? She needed a lot of help. That's why it's important. Just like that law said, who should we honor? Read that again.
Honor thy father and thy mother, that thy days may be long upon the land which the Lord thy God giveth thee.
That's how you live. You say, this is how you live. When you honor your parents, you get more days. You get more life when you honor your parents.
That's right.
That's what it's talking about. You know, you sitting there saying, oh, it's a tragedy. He was number 17 years old. Oh, it's a tragedy. Look what happened to him. And if you follow steps back, he probably was cussing his mama out. You don't know. Read on.
Verse 13.
That's it? That's it?
Yes, sir.
That's it. All right. So with that, give me Proverbs 23:12.
Proverbs chapter 23, verse 12. Apply thine heart unto instruction, and thine ears to the words of knowledge.
So in and around Israel, we have family, we have children, we have structure, but we have to teach them, we have to guide them that they know how to adhere to what it is that the Most High has told us. These are not our words. That's what we was reading earlier. We only repeating what the instruction that the Most High gave us. Read.
Withhold not correction from the child.
So she says, I ain't getting them. I took the cell phone from him. What else she said? She tried Jordan. What?
Jordan.
She said, yeah, you know, he gonna have to buy his own. That's it for me. What does the Bible say? What she's supposed to not do?
For if thou beatest him,
No, go back up. Read that part about withhold. Give me that again.
Verse 13.
Uh-huh.
Withhold not correction from the child.
Not take his games away from him. That's not correction. I mean, just, she gave him those things. That's what made him the monster. You know, it's just, I know it's challenging, you know, and she's trying to, you know, like it said in that commercial that Deke was bringing out, he was trying to say that, you know, there's a lot of things that happen to you in your mind, that you go through a lot of tragic stuff when you're not right.
Right.
Yeah. So it was kind of heavy what he was touching on. That's what the mother is dealing with. Read on, officer.
Withhold not correction from the child.
Uh-huh.
For if thou beatest him,
if you correct him, if you chastise him, if you beatest him
with the rod, he shall not die.
You ain't gonna kill him. So when did she ever start correcting him? When it got to the point where she couldn't hardly do nothing with him? You know, did she correct him when he was 4 or 5? Did she do that? You know, or she was waiting until she got to the PTA meeting. I'm telling you. You know, that's when she felt like, you know, I need to stand up. When I get that PTA meeting, I'm gonna wear your head out. She should have been wearing his tail out a long time ago. It shouldn't have started at the PTA meeting.
Can we read that?
Yeah. Go ahead.
In Ecclesiasticus Sirach chapter 30 and verse 9. Well, start at verse 8.
It says Sirach 30 and 9?
Yes, sir. I can read it.
I got you.
Okay.
All right, let's get there.
Sirach chapter 30 and verse 9.
Go ahead, officer.
Conquer thy child, and he shall make thee afraid.
Conquer, that's to coddle them, to baby them, to be soft on them, make them soft in turn. Read that again.
Conquer thy child, and he shall make thee afraid.
So like Kat brought out, she has become to the point where she is now afraid at his behavior, being that it has come to this point, like Kat was bringing out, that she did not chastise him or give him whoopings and discipline earlier on enough to where now it's to the PTA meeting now. It's made it up to this point. Read on.
Play with him, and he will bring thee to heaviness.
So I believe that's what Cap, he gave them example. She was playing before, but now that it's almost too late, or that he's grown enough to, in some of these schools hold charges, now she's saying, oh no, now I need to do something. But the scriptures told you to do something from the beginning all the way up.
Yeah, when he was acting like a little monster when he was young, you talking about, oh, he's so cute. You know what I mean? That's playing with him. Everything was cute. Now he a little monster. You don't know what to do with him.
Yeah, exactly. That's what it says in Proverbs. Get that 13:24 right quick.
Proverbs chapter 13, verse 24. He that spareth his rod.
That's what y'all was saying. She was playing with him. When he was 4 and stuff like this, she thought it was cute. Mm-hmm. He was being bad, saying, leave me alone. She thought that was cute.
Right.
You know what I mean? She should have been guiding him across the floor with her left hand. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Letting him literally go over there. Yeah, correcting him. We don't advocate, but she should have been chastising, putting that rod to him.
Right.
Rapping all the songs to WAP.
Right.
You thought that thing was cute.
Yeah.
You know
Read on, officer.
Proverbs chapter 13, verse 24. He that spareth his rod hateth his son.
That's what it goes into. She acts like she's shouting with the gift. She's trying to say that she love him, but she really don't love him. She didn't correct him when she should have, because it says that. Read that part again. He
that spareth his rod hateth his son.
Read.
But he that loveth him chasteneth him betimes.
You would correct him every time he gets out of the spirit. You would correct him when he do things and he goes against the things that you have told him to do, and whatever it was, he's failing in school and stuff like that. You've been asking him to do his homework, or whatever. You said, I'm gonna correct you about that. Now I've been dealing with you about this, and this is what you're gonna do to me. So we have another video we want to bring out.
Yeah.
Okay.
Can we also read that the example of the mother in Maccabees?
Let's get it.
That she did that.
Education.
Yes, sir.
Let's get it.
2 Maccabees chapter 7, verse 27.
2 Maccabees chapter 7 and verse 27. But she bowing herself toward him, laughing the cruel tyrant to scorn.
Right. So this is some good history y'all can read, and these were children that were raised right. Read.
Spake in her country language on this manner, O my son, have pity upon me that bare thee 9 months in my womb.
Mm-hmm. So she was raised right. She knew what to teach them morality-wise, ethics-wise, commandments-wise, and they were raised up, and they died bravely because of it. Read on.
And gave thee suck 3 years, and nourished thee, and brought thee up unto this age.
So she didn't just keep them. People, I hear this thing in the world, people saying now, they say keeping a child alive is different from raising them. It is easy to keep a child alive, but to actually teach them right and teach them the right way to go, that takes a little bit more effort and the knowledge of God, which a lot of our people in the world, they just don't have. You know, read on.
And endured the troubles of education.
She endured the troubles of education. So this education here is that actual full truth knowledge. They knew who they were. They knew who their God was. They knew what was required of them from the Father. So it wasn't just, oh, well, he don't get detention. No, he got his fringes on too. It's not just, oh, he made a A, he made a B, but it's that, and also, hey, he keep the Sabbath day. He don't eat unlawful food. He knows who his God is, what his God looks like, what is required of him. So it's more than just that worldly knowledge. They'll be reared up into the spiritual knowledge that we're bringing out of the Bible, the book of our Father.
All praise, all praise. So that is true. That, you know, with the mother and what you just brought out in Maccabees, there was a brother that goes around. I think he's a advocate speaker. He goes to different schools, but he's really challenged when he got to a school where he was speaking to our young people, when he was speaking to Israel. So the video is he said he's only disrespected. He said he disrespected me. The only kids that disrespect me are black kids. Wow. He's a St. Louis high school. These are St. Louis high school students. He's a speaker. So I want to touch on that, what he brought out. Let's go there.
And you're going to have the nerve to laugh and joke when teachers trying to teach you? You got the nerve to act a fool when somebody cares about you? You talking while I'm talking? Do you know if I go to a Jewish school, them kids quiet? If I go to a white school, them kids quiet. If I go to a Latino school, they quiet. The only kids that disrespect me is black kids. That's it. My own are the only ones that disrespect me. I walk in any other school, they like, there go E.T., we taking notes. I come home, you talking. You capping jokes. You think something funny. Look how we living. Ain't nothing funny. Ain't nothing funny, y'all. Look, when I got my PhD, what embarrassed me, I'm in there, they asking me, like, what's wrong with our urban schools? Like, why you asking me? I'm in classes like you in class. The teachers want to know, professors want to know, well, why are your kids, what's the problem in the school system? I'm embarrassed, y'all. I'm a grown man. I'm embarrassed that they talk about y'all. And you know why I'm embarrassed? Because what they don't know is you ain't even trying when you take the test. You didn't give your best. They think you dumb. You ain't dumb. You can't take our people from Africa and put us in the diaspora and spread us all over the world, and we survived slavery, and we can't pass the
Stop
test.
right there.
Come on.
That's what we're talking about. There's greatness in us. And I think that, you know, as he's trying to convey that to that young group there, and he's trying to instill in them that who they are, he's trying to, you know, deposit those small nuggets in them.
I picked up on one thing he said. Well, he said the only people that goes against him, try to make fun of him, is his own people. Mm-hmm. Only people who mock him is his own people. Let me get a script on that, Cap. You mind?
I don't mind.
Let me get 2 Chronicles 36 and 15. Because we always going against our own people. That's when we go out here in the street and teach. All people that mock, okay? They don't want to hear it. Mm-hmm. Give me that.
2 Chronicles chapter 36, verse 15.
Read.
And the Lord God of their fathers sent to them by his messengers, rising up betimes.
So he sent the prophets and rising up in the morning, sending out the prophets to bring the word to the Israel. Read on.
And sending, because he had compassion on his people and on his dwelling place.
So the Lord, the reason that the Most High is bringing this truth out and is spreading from the four corners of the earth because read that part again.
Because he had compassion on his people and on his dwelling place.
Read.
But they mock the messengers of God.
What they do?
Mock the messengers of God.
That's how all people are. When you bring anything of any consciousness or substance to our people, they mock it because they want folly. All people want folly. Read on.
And despised his words.
They don't want to hear. They don't want to hear. Do right. Keep God's laws. They don't want. They don't want that. They don't want that. They want folly. All people love folly. That's it on that.
You know, that was heavy, officer, and we came past a lot. That was, that's then kind of showing us, and he's, the work that he's trying to put in, trying to establish, trying to help our people. The brothers,
and the brother putting his heart into it.
Yeah, he's venting. He's just pouring out, and it just goes to show that we're going to show that in Israel and around Israel, we can become worse like that. But at the same time, we are the children of God. We can become better. And to that point, I want to, if we would, Officer.
Hey, Cap, real quick before you move on from the video, I'm sorry.
Before
you move on from the video,
the
same thing Officer Iuic was saying is that they mock him, and matter of fact, he was saying if he go into other schools, they'll listen to him. Get Ezekiel chapter 3 and verse 6.
Good script.
Ezekiel chapter 3 and verse 6 and 7.
Ezekiel.
He said if he go into the Jewish schools, they'll listen. He go into the white schools, they'll listen. Latino schools, so forth and so on, they'll listen. But when he talks to his own people, the people that look like him, they don't want to hear a word he say. They disrespectful, this, that, and this. But read on.
Ezekiel chapter 3 verse 6. Not to many people of a strange speech. And of an hard language, whose words thou canst not understand.
So when this word coming out, you're going to understand it because it's going to be taught from your own people. It's going to be taught from the people that you grew up with, that you known in your neighborhoods. Read on.
Surely, had I sent thee to them, they would have hearkened unto thee.
You hear what the Most High saying? Surely, if I would have sent my word unto the other nations, like this man saying, he go into these other stadiums of the other schools of the other nations, they listen. If he would have sent his word unto the other nations, they would have did what?
Surely, had I sent thee to them, they would have hearkened unto thee.
That's the same thing that this brother's going through. He's saying, if I go to these other schools, they listen to me. But my own people, they don't want to hear nothing I got to say. Read on.
But the house of Israel will not hearken unto thee.
But you blacks, you real Jews, you blacks will what? You will not what?
Will not hearken unto thee.
You don't want to listen to a damn thing I got to say. Why? Because you got other things on your mind. You got rap music on your mind. You got the next blunt on your mind. You got the next jump off on your mind. You got other things that's not going to profit you nothing on your mind.
Right.
Read on.
For they will not hearken unto me. For all the house of Israel are impudent and hard-hearted.
They won't even hearken unto Christ. They refuse to hearken unto the words of God. And that's what we've been saying. That's what Cap been saying all night. This is the way, walk ye in it. Otherwise, it's destruction. Woe to you. Death to you. Go ahead, Cap. That's all I got.
There's a lot of love for us that the Most High has bestowed upon us. That's what we was talking about earlier, and that the love that he has for us is unconditional. And we miss out on our greatness. Why? Because we're in this captivity. But it doesn't remove us from the status that we have with the Most High. It doesn't remove us from that. We are his children. And the world of Israel is set up for us eternal, which will never end. There's some still pictures I want you to bring up. Bring up those still pictures dealing with the daughters of Sarah. Let's bring those pictures up. This is the world that we see that we're in. We're in captivity with the Lords, and we've been really challenged in with our children, challenged in parenting. We've been challenged. But as we go forth, we understand now that this is the spirit that's in us, and as we begin to see greatness, put it on the other side. As we begin to see the greatness, then these are the spirits that we're embracing. It's starting to show across the earth. It's starting to show in our communities, starting to show in our neighborhoods. This is not anything that's in our local cities. Like he was talking to those in St. Louis. Well, we're reviving our people in St. Louis. We're reviving our people in Rochester. We're reviving our people here. And we're reviving them with this spirit that we're putting on our people. Give me Galatians 5 and 22.
Yes, sir.
Leave that picture up. Don't take it down.
Galatians chapter 5, verse 22. But the fruit of the Spirit is love, joy, peace, long-suffering, gentleness, goodness, faith, meekness, temperance. Against such there is no law.
There's no law against these people that does that. This is the example. This is the world in and around us that we are establishing. It's going across the face of the earth. Yes, it starts with our young ones. Yes, we're putting fathers with sons. Yes, we're putting mothers with their sons or daughters. It's up to us, and that's what we're establishing. This is the world of Israel in and around Israel. We're doing it in righteousness, and this is how we conduct ourselves. And I think there's more pictures. Give me a couple of other pictures. Building strong children. That's what we understand. And that in doing that, they understand that they have a place. They have a place in the family. They have a place able to see that their fathers is there for them and that they're doing those things and establishing themselves and following the order that's set in the house. They acknowledge their fathers. And they are doing those things. And so, that's what we're doing in and around Israel. We are building. We are setting the tone. We are guiding our families. And we are guiding our children. And so in doing that, we come to a place where that we've been challenged. And so what's happening here in Israel, that, we're find ourselves at the bottom. And so what we're going to do is work our way to the top. And in doing that, we're going to do it as a nation. We're going to do it as a people. And so is there any more pictures?
Cap. Before you leave that point, can I get a script?
Let's go ahead.
Okay, can I get that 2 Timothy?
Mm-hmm.
No, it's 1 Timothy, right? 1 Timothy chapter 2, verse 15.
1 Timothy chapter 2 and verse 15. Notwithstanding, she shall be saved in childbearing.
So that's she, right? So it's talking about the women. It's talking about the sisters of God, the daughters of God, rather. Read that one more time for me.
Notwithstanding, she shall be saved in childbearing.
So it's giving an instruction. So it's not talking about the physically pushing out of babies, because if it was, then how could a barren woman or a woman who's maybe she might have biological things going on, her husband might have an issue where he's not able to bring seed to fruition like that. But even a woman who is not able to physically bear children can apply this, because read on.
Notwithstanding, she shall be saved in childbearing, if they continue in faith and charity and holiness with sobriety.
Can you go back to the picture of the daughters? So I see that faith, that charity, that holiness with sobriety, because the women in the body, the elder women are actually teaching these younger sisters and these daughters how to do these things. So even a woman who's not able to physically have children, at some point, she's been growing in that Titus 2 spirit, that Proverbs 31 spirit. She's able to. You want the Titus?
Yeah, bring that out.
Even a woman who is not able to physically bear children, she's even able to apply this herself, because the daughters and the younger sisters, even if they grown physically, are coming into the body and they're able to glean from her, because she's been seasoned and she's been taught by her Lord and taught by the commandments that can actually show her how to show them how to be these things.
Right.
Yeah. As you get that, when you get it, I want you to kind of hold it for me. That's something I want to touch on, officer, before we really run out of time. I want to touch on this, and it goes into, us bringing forth greatness. And so in that we are setting our men and our families in order. And so let's get that, and let's go to Psalms chapter 50. Touch on something right quick here.
I don't know what you're about to touch on.
Yeah. I want to touch on this right quick.
Yeah, we know what you're about
Psalms
to touch
50.
on.
Let's
You want to start with 16?
I don't want to. I'm trying to save some time too. Yeah, I do. Yeah. All right, start at 16. We just read through. I won't say much. I won't say nothing. Yeah, we're going to take a turn here, Israel. Stay with us.
Psalms chapter 50, verse 16.
Read that.
But unto the wicked God saith.
Until this nation, Esau, read.
What hast thou to do to declare my statutes?
Uh-huh.
Or that thou shouldest take my covenant in thy mouth?
What are you doing in my Bible? Read.
Seeing thou hatest instruction.
You don't do what it says, it don't even apply to you. Read.
And castest my words behind thee. When thou sawest a thief, then thou consentest with him.
That's what you are. You're nothing but a thief. Read.
And hast been partaker with adulterers.
That's what you are. Read.
Thou givest thy mouth to evil, and thy tongue frameth deceit.
And that's what you're about. Read.
Thou sittest and speakest against thy brother.
Always judging us, always coming against the nation of Israel, always accusing us. Read on.
Thou slanderest thine own mother's son.
You don't care. Read on.
These things hast thou done, and I kept silence.
But now, read.
Thou thoughtest that I was altogether such an one as thyself.
Because you changed the color, you think I'm with you. Read.
But I will reprove thee,
Uh-huh.
and set them in order before thine eyes.
And that's what the Most High is doing, is setting us in order. We're the greatness. We're the greatness of our people.
Before their eyes.
Before their eyes.
Only thing they can do is watch.
That's why when you see these pictures we just put up, they hate that. These pictures of these young, beautiful young daughters, these pictures of these handsome brothers, they hate that. They hate seeing young people in order, our young people in order.
Being raised up righteous.
Right. They want to see us fighting one another. You know what I mean? Selling drugs to one another. They want to see us in a destructive state.
Let me show you the greatness that we have, Israel. I want to touch on this right quick. I'm going to show how great we are. Give me the video right quick. I just want the video of the solar system. Give me that one, the video of the solar system. Put that up there. I'm going to show you how great we are.
We got here.
Okay.
I just want to say this as a preface. You know, we don't really know much, and we think, in our minds that, I don't have much. I'm not much of this and that and other, and we just beat ourselves up. It's just crazy. But Austin A. Sean touched on it earlier. But it said that what the Most High had bestowed upon us when we was in 1 John. There's a lot that's on us that we have, that the Most High we got agreements that the Most High gave us after things that He has made. He gave it to us. He read earlier that he had gave the world to Israel. Right. It's heavy what the Most High has done for us. So I'm gonna show we're gonna see how great that we are. Start this video up, if you would, officer. Put it over. It's about 4 minutes and 10 seconds. We're not gonna go through it all. I just want to touch on something right quick.
Our solar system is one of over 500 known solar systems in the entire Milky Way galaxy. The solar system came into being about 4.5 billion years ago when a cloud of interstellar gas and dust collapsed, resulting in a solar nebula, a swirling disk of material that collided to form the solar system. The solar system is located in the Milky Way's Orion star cluster. Only 15% of stars in the galaxy host planetary systems, and one of those stars is our own sun. Revolving around the sun are 8
Pause
planets.
right there. So, said that that sun is one of them. That's what it was, the sun. So let's go 116. Give me 116 Genesis right quick. Sun was one of them. That's what it was saying. So all this, if you see, put the picture back over there, if you would. Put the picture back. So when we see that it said the world was made for our sake, and we're going to touch on that. When you see it, you'll be thinking it's just the earth only. It just says that the world was made for us. When you get it, you just sit there and say, yeah, okay, the world of Israel. Oh, all right, really? Yeah, it's just all. Look what it is that the world that we have. Look what was given to us. All this is given to us. This is ours. And we're going to prove that here in a second.
Bring it out, Cap.
So, give me, let's go back. I tell you what, give me Ezra 2nd, Ezra 6 and 54.
Mm-hmm. 2nd Ezra, chapter 16.
6.
Chapter 6 and verse 54.
Read that.
And after these, Adam also, whom thou madest Lord of all thy creatures, of him come we all, and the people also whom thou hast chosen. All this have I spoken before thee, O Lord, because thou madest the world for our sake.
Now stop. Put the picture back over there. Put the picture. Now I want you to read it. Go back and read. Give me 55.
Verse 55. All this have I spoken before thee, O Lord, because thou madest the world for our sake.
He said he made the world for us. This is the world. All this belongs to us. This is our property.
Well, let me back you up.
I know you want to. I know you want to. I know you want to. Go ahead.
Let me go ahead and back you up on. All right, so he said the world right there in 2nd Ezra. Let's get you can go back to that for Cap, but let's get Hebrews chapter 1 verse 2.
Hebrews chapter 1 and verse 2. Hath in these last days spoken unto us by his Son,
spoken to us by his Son through the Bible. Read on.
whom he hath appointed heir of all things.
So he made Christ heir of all things. Now let's see what those things are.
By whom also he made the worlds.
With an S, right? It's plural?
Yes, sir.
The world. So it ain't just talking about the earth. Put the picture back up there. It ain't just talking about the earth. It's talking about Mercury, Venus, Earth, Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, all these worlds.
There you go.
And the ones that we don't even know about.
That's what I was about to say. All these worlds belong to Christ and the children of God and the Israelites. All these worlds belong to us. That's how, Cap, you bringing it out. That's how great we are to God.
That's right.
He made the worlds, not just the earth, the worlds, the universe, the galaxies. He made it all for you.
We don't know how vast that it is.
The proof, right? The proof is that these belong to us. Give me Joshua 10.
You gonna do it like that?
We're gonna do it like that.
Joshua chapter 10
and verse 12.
Verse 12. Then spake Joshua to the Lord in the day when the Lord delivered up the Amorites before the children of Israel.
We was in the battle.
And he said in the sight of Israel, Son, stand thou still upon Gibeon.
Hold right there. Take the picture back over there. So these are what you're saying. These worlds belong to us.
That's right.
So Joshua was able to command something that was given to him by the Lord. This is ours. I got the contract in Jeremiah.
Right.
I got the covenant. We holding it in our hand. It's ours.
That's right.
And here we all have people, and that's why I kind of read through Psalm 50. They've been stealing everything. They're trying to take everything. This is ours. They trespassing. Need to be locked up.
Yep.
Trying to take our Lord, trying to take our the Most High,
and trying to make an exodus now. Trying to leave this place.
Hey, Cal, let's get another script showing at these things as far as that. Or let me know if you was going to pull it. I was going to get Jeremiah. Was you going to pull it?
I'm going to pull Jeremiah.
All right,
let me pull the script. Let me show what the Lord gave them. Give me Deuteronomy 4:19. Let's show what the Lord gave them.
Deuteronomy chapter 4 and verse 19.
You can pull it, officer. I'm going to get 33. You get 30. You get 35. I'm going to pull 33 in Jeremiah.
Okay.
You can get 35.
All right.
I'm sorry, officer. Go ahead.
Go ahead. You good?
No, not now. You pull yours.
Okay.
I was just talking
so
to
this is what the Lord gave the heathen. Okay?
Deuteronomy chapter 4 verse 19.
All the other nations. Read.
And lest thou lift up thine eyes unto heaven.
So he's speaking to Israel. He said, before you lift up your eyes into heaven, read.
And when thou seest the sun, and the moon, and the stars,
read.
Even all the host of heaven.
That means the sun, the moon, the stars, the planets. Read on.
Shouldest be driven to worship them.
He said, before you look up and be driven to make you, when you want to worship that, read.
And serve them. Which the Lord thy God hath divided unto all nations under the whole heaven.
Read that part again.
And serve them which the Lord thy God hath divided unto all nations under the whole heaven.
He said, basically, you shouldn't do that because I gave that to all the other nations to serve. So that's when you see Islam and they got the moon and the stars, and that's why they do that thing. These other nations, they serve those things. Most I say, y'all serve that. Y'all ain't got nothing to do with me.
That's right. That's right. So to that point, I just wanted to go back to it real quick. Did you finish reading Joshua? Did you finish that?
No, sir.
Read that again.
Joshua chapter 10 verse.
Yeah, that thing was heavy. Go ahead, finish that.
12. Then spake Joshua to the Lord in the day when the Lord delivered up the Amorites before the children of Israel. And he said in the sight of Israel, Son, stand thou still upon Gibeon, and thou, moon, in the valley of Ajalon.
Read.
And the sun stood still, and the moon stayed, until the people had avenged themselves upon their enemies.
So that was 2 days. So this is something that was given to us. This is what we're talking about. When we see greatness, we don't know the greatness that we have. That's what was given. That's what he's saying. All this have I given. This is ours. Right. That's what I'm saying. So when you see, put it back over there again, because everybody's hanging around on their block thinking about there's more to Israel than that's the greatness of us. Right. That's what we don't see. So, for an example, you got people trying to exit this place. Give me the video. Give me the video. Give me the video of those two that I must. Give me must. There they go. Here it is. If you know them, Musk is he's a car owner. He's real wealthy. He deals also in space stuff. I think he runs SpaceX. And this is the guy that just left Amazon.
Demons.
And, Jeff Bezos. These are the two richest. They're combining their money. They have money that's astronomical. We're talking about, I think that on the low, I think on the low, it's hundreds of billions. Right, that's the point.
And it's probably a lot more than they put out there. Yeah.
Right. So in these stories, you'll see that they're taking it and they're trying to take the money and trying to run. They're trying to exit, and so they're taking this money and they're trying to leave and try to go to Mars. I think there's an article that says that. Give me that article. Is that the one? Give me the article where they're saying they're going to be there by 2026. Is this it? See that 300? There it is right there. It say Elon Musk SpaceX get humans on Mars by 2026. They're already up there. Listen, when you go back and you do the history and stuff that they're doing, that's why I was going to try to touch on what Captain Isaac had shared with us, that how when they got up there, they seen that we was already there. They own our property.
Right, that's what I was just about to say, Cap. You ain't going nowhere because wherever you want to go to the moon, it's ours. You going to Mars, it's ours. It don't matter where you going. We gonna hunt you down. You ain't going nowhere.
They already they up there, like you said, Cap. They up there,
right? And so they're themselves. That's what they're trying to do. They're trying to exit. But the point of our greatness is that I just wanted to touch on a couple of things and just go. I think if we do go, pull up. Give me the pictures of those fashion pictures. Give me all those. Let me show the fashion pictures. Give me that one with all the pictures. Yeah, bring those fashion pictures up. I want to show y'all something that's real. Here we are. Put it over there on the top. Thank you. All right, look. We ourselves, we'll say, oh, man, I want, that's good. They're really dressed. They have these garments on. These garments are high-end designers. And our people want this. This is what they want. They want to look like that. And that's what they want to dress like. Give me another one. You see, high fashion. This is what our people are striving to be. We want, to get there. We want the Gucci bag. We want the bling bling. We want the red bottom shoes. Show me another one. Oh, we want, look at that fashion. Look at all those people sitting there watching. This is the best dress that you can get. When you walk out and come outside, this is what you're supposed to look like. It don't get no better than that. Look at these fine clothes. Read on. Show on. Look at that. Just more of it. Just can't get enough. This is high-end fashion. This is high-end fashion. We got any more pictures? Look at there. Look at all that clothing. Look at that line of clothing. High-end. Don't get no better than that. Our people want to look like this. Is that all of them? That's all of them. Go back to the picture. Hold right there. Go back to, give me another one. I want the one with everybody in it. Okay, go back the other way. One more. No, the other way. Well, all of them was in that line. The guy with the white shirt was on the front. Yeah, hold right there. Our people want to look good. And I want y'all to know, this is what captivity clothes look like. When you in captivity, this is what you're going to look like. You say captivity now. No, this is what you're going to be wearing. You're going to be wearing this high fashion stuff. That ain't what we're going to be wearing when we get to kingdom. Our greatness, we're not going to be dressed like this. This is peasant dressing.
Peasants.
Yeah, this is low income. Right. That's what it looks like. So if you want these things, that means you want to stay here. If you want these things, that means you're not in the kingdom. If you want to dress like this is what it looks like. These are slave clothes. That's what they're going to be wearing. Look at the slave clothes. You yearning for that. You yearning for captivity clothing. Tell me you want to look like the nation. You watch yourself, you'll be with them.
Living far beyond your means when you could be spending reasonable amounts of money on reasonable clothing so that you can use a more sensible amount of money to push the truth.
The point is that's what captivity clothing look like. That's all it is. It's showing you. Now, let's show you what people are going to look like. Let me have those pictures. Let me show what real dressing, what real good looking looks like. You see what I'm talking about? That's what royalty is. Hold right there. Ho. You see? Look at here. Now, you can either have that what you had on, you can either wear the captivity clothing or you can put on your royal garments. I know you want to get a scripture, brother. But what I'm saying is that you can become what we was talking about, the path that we on. Mm-hmm. This is going to take us right to royalty. Mm-hmm. This is going to show us that this is what he's given us the world. He's given us everything in it. He gave all that to us. This is our greatness. And we're selling for captivity clothing, which you call Gucci. You walking around red bottom shoes. You walk around with Jordan stuff on like that mom was trying to give her son. That's captivity stuff. Who wants to wear that? When I have royalty that's waiting on me. Give me another picture. Roar. Just now throw in the diamonds. Throw in the other night. Yeah.
The emeralds.
The emeralds. What was it? The black. They said there was black pearls.
Right.
You remember Deacon I was bringing that out?
The black pearls.
You got the black pearls.
Onyx.
We have to think that, we have to think of our greatness. We don't tap into that we're the greatest people on earth. We don't see that we're in relationship with the Most High, and the Most High is not sparing us nothing. I'm telling you, it's going to be that great. It's going to be that great.
Imagine it.
Right. That's what I'm talking about. That we have to tap into that. That's our faith. We got to see ourselves going to this place. Not going down or trying to get in a what's called store to get a bag that you're trying to let people see, and they don't even want to even acknowledge that you even got it. People, you show up, you're like, hey, they're like, no, I won't even credit them on that. You know what I mean? People be hating.
And then to experience that eternally, you see what I'm saying? It'll never get old.
Right.
That's heavy, right?
Yes, sir.
We're in this culture environment. This where people are just really just this Me Too stuff. That it's just people are engrossed in darkness, and it's just something mad. Go back to the pictures. Take the pictures back over there. There's more. I want to see this thing. Look at that. Look at that. Look what I'm talking about.
That's right.
I'm talking about.
Okay.
Don't be hating. That's what we're gonna be looking like. That's what I'm saying. You trying to put a swoosh on your shirt. You know what I'm saying?
But that belt gonna be gold.
Man. Oh man, ain't nothing but I'm telling you, royalty is in, and we got to get our mind on that thing. Israel. Right. If he gave us the world, you think he's gonna spare anything else? Mm-hmm. He's not gonna spare nothing. Come out from that corner mindset you got. He gave this to us. We have it. I got the contract. Let's read the contract. Give me Jeremiah. Is it 31, 35? I got the contract.
You don't got the contract, do you?
I got the contract.
Yeah, let me hear that thing.
Oh, yeah.
Jeremiah chapter 31, verse 35.
Hold now. Hold.
Verse 31.
Where we at?
Jeremiah chapter 31, verse 31.
Give me 33. Yeah, I want 33.
Get straight to the point.
Verse 33. But this shall be the covenant that I will make with the house of Israel.
This is the agreement. This is the contract that we have. Read.
After those days, saith the Lord, I will put my law in their inward parts.
That's where we was at when we was in the book of Isaiah chapter 8. Read.
And write it in their hearts, and will be their God, and they shall be my people.
Drop down to 35.
Verse 35. Thus saith the Lord, which giveth the sun for a light by day, and the ordinance of the moon and of the stars for a light by night.
That's what we had. That's the contract. That's what we have. So when they try to go to on our property, they need to pay. They trespassing. That's why when they got up there on the other side of the moon, they got out from up there.
Right. They saw something.
They saw something. We got that.
Yes, he got it.
He got it. Let's play it. Let's play it right quick. Because there was somewhere they weren't supposed to be. They trespassing. Lawbreakers. Thieves.
Cap, you want the rest of that?
I want the rest of that. All right. Read that.
Which divided the sea When the waves therefore roar, the Lord of hosts is his name.
Uh-huh.
If those ordinances depart from before me,
if we don't have these matters, if we don't have these the things that he agreed to give us, read.
Saith the Lord, then the seed of Israel also shall cease from being a nation before me forever.
For how long?
Forever.
For how long?
Forever.
But let me say this: if the sun ain't shining, that means things not growing, right?
Uh-huh.
So things is not going to exist anyway if the sun is not shining,
Gotcha.
right? So basically, most I saying it ain't gonna happen. It ain't gonna happen, basically, because ain't everything gonna die out if the sun is not shining?
Right.
Yes, sir.
So it's no point. It ain't gonna happen. You see what I'm saying?
This is the contract that we have. So we know that we was given these things, and according to 2 Ezra chapter 6, these things was made for our sake. According to what was that? We pulled Hebrews 1 in chapter 1. Mm-hmm. It's the same thing. It was given to us. This is ours. So let's see what happened when they got on our property. Let's see what happened. Let's play that.
In the firmament of heaven. So the armies above, the chariots, right? So let's see what Brad Steiger found on the dark side of the moon that Esau has been keeping a secret from so-called blacks and Hispanics. Show me the next picture, please. Blow it up. Blow it up. What do we have here? Dark side of the moon. Let's see who's thinking. Let's see who's thinking. Your brain cells should be rushing right now. You should have scriptures should be oozing out of your ears. What do we see here? Brothers? They still lost. Your spiritual eyes ain't open yet. Ezekiel chapter 1, verse 5. And I want verse 7. Leave that up there. Big black feet. Those are feet, brothers and sisters. Does God describe the feet of the angels? You better believe it. Read.
The
Read.
book of Ezekiel, chapter 1 and verse 5.
Come on.
Also out of the midst thereof came the likeness of 4 living creatures.
So what is the topic? The living creatures are the angels of God. Come on.
And this was their appearance. They had the likeness of a man.
They had the likeness of a man. That's why we had the Edomite and the Israelite brother, the Spanish-speaking brother, told you it looked like men, black men, likeness of a man. Jump to verse 7. This is the point. Look at the picture. Look at the picture. Now read verse 7.
And their feet
and their feet, come on,
were straight feet.
Were straight feet, come on.
And the sole of their feet was like the sole of a calf's foot.
Pause right there.
Believe the
Pause right there. And so what we're telling you and bringing out, or what we're saying, what the Bible is saying, we're not saying anything. What the Bible is saying is that the world was made for our sake. Let's go back to that point. Give me that in 2 Ezra again.
Bring it out.
2 Ezra, chapter
6,
verse 50.
Go up. Read it again. Read 53.
Verse 53.
Mm-hmm.
Upon the 6th day thou gavest commandment unto the earth, that before thee it should bring forth beasts, cattle, and creeping things.
Right, because if you go back to Genesis, and when you begin, the Most High was bringing it out, all this, it was the 3rd day. So this is the 6th day. But read on.
And after these, Adam also, whom thou madest Lord of all thy creatures.
Made it Lord of all thy creatures. Read on.
Of him come we all.
So a lot of times we get in our mind that, this is just the world that we have encompassed right here. So it's the world where giraffes run around it or all these things. No, it's a world that's just far greater than what we think. Read on.
And the people also whom thou hast chosen. All this have I spoken before thee, O Lord.
Why?
Because thou madest the world for our sake.
And that's what it is that all this was made for us.
Right.
All of it was made for us. And I just want y'all to know, Israel, that that's the world that we're in and around us, is that we are great people. There is greatness in us. And a lot of times we don't think that we are great because of what things that we look for, what we may lack. But I'm here to tell you that the Bible tells us that we are a great people, and that in being a great people, God has entrusted us with a greatness that he gave us. We always had this. This has always been us. This is things that he gave us, but we just never see ourselves in that way. We don't see our greatness yet. You know, we we encompass. Give me that in Isaiah chapter 60 right quick. First one.
Isaiah chapter 60, verse 1. Arise, shine.
The same thing. Gather. Counsel together. Gather yourself together. It's saying the same thing. Arise. It's all the same thing, Israel. Read on.
For thy light is come, and the glory of the Lord is risen upon thee.
Because now we know that we see and we have greatness in us. We know those things now. Read on.
For behold, the darkness shall cover the earth.
Because all this sin that's on the earth, we don't see our greatness. We don't see that we have these things that's in and around us as a nation. We don't see it. And we're thinking that we're just in a low place. But when we see ourselves set as sons and daughters of the Most High, we begin to see our greatness. And that's what we want to take and understand, that we are a great people and we serve the Most High is great. And I'm telling you, it does matter. It does matter. Read on.
And gross darkness the people.
And gross darkness people. Stop right there. Hold what you got. Go ahead, officer. What you got?
Go ahead.
Let me get Isaiah 43 and 1 real quick. And then we're going to jump over to verse 21.
Isaiah chapter 43, verse 1. But now thus saith the Lord that created thee, O Jacob.
Who?
O Jacob.
So he's talking about, Jacob, who is what?
And he that formed thee, O Israel.
So Israel, so we speaking about Israel. Read.
Fear not, for I have redeemed thee.
And the redeeming is going on right now. Read.
I have called thee by thy name. Thou art mine.
Jump over to 21.
Verse 21. This people have I
Israel
have I formed for myself. They shall show forth my praise.
So read that again.
This people have I formed for myself.
Most High said he formed Israel for himself. Read.
They shall show forth my praise.
They're going to be the examples of me on earth, basically. He ain't talking about nobody else. He said, Israel have I formed for myself.
And they know that we great. And so I put a video up there. We got time to show a video?
Yeah, go right ahead. Try it. Yeah.
All right, so I put a video up there. They know that we great, and so much that they trying to. That's what Cap was bringing up with what's his name, Elon Musk.
Yeah.
They trying to build a little force station that they think they gonna be able to fight. They know who's coming for us.
Space Force.
A Space Force. They know who coming for us. So let's play this video real quick. It's a little trailer to a movie. They put these things in their movie. This is called Cosmic Sin.
Oh, wait. You're just a civilian now.
Mr. James Ford. General Ryle is requesting your inimitable counsel. No. He's offered to reinstate you.
From the top. 4 hours ago, the crew of the Vander made first contact.
Sit down.
They believe we're hostile.
In the event of first contact, humanity must strike first. To ensure the continued survival of our species.
Stop right there. It said we must strike first to save our species. They talking about themselves,
right?
And to save themselves against who? Against Christ and the angels. But play on.
Cosmic Sin is now a go.
That there is a space gate. They're gonna bring their army here.
Look at that. Look at that. Stop right there. They gonna bring their army here. Hold the video and get Psalm 68 and 17. Did y'all see all those ships coming through the gate?
Put a little icing on the cake, huh?
Y'all see all those ships coming through the gate? Psalm 68, verse 17.
Psalms chapter 68, verse 17.
Uh-huh.
The chariots of God are 20,000.
The what?
The chariots of God are 20,000.
Play the video back. Go back just like 2 seconds or something.
That there is a space gate.
Read it again.
The chariots of God are 20,000.
Look at all these chariots of God.
even thousands of angels.
Even thousands of angels. They think they're going to fight against that. They know who they got here in captivity, and they know who coming to save us if we keep the law, statutes of God. You know what I'm saying?
So go ahead, officer, right there while you're talking. Go ahead and close us out. We got about a minute left.
All right. Was there any more? Oh, no, we ain't going to play the whole video. It's over. Go ahead. Just go ahead and get to the let's go ahead and close out. All right. Put it up over there. Don't neglect to give alms. For those who would like to give alms, fill out an envelope and place it in the alms box. To give alms online, donate to IUIC Concord via PayPal at iuic.concord.nc@israelunite.org. Also, don't neglect to give to the Booster Club at iuic.fundraising@israelunite.org.
Israel, we appreciate you. Thank you for being with us another week that we get to come to you, the Bible, the book of our fathers. It was an honor and pleasure to be with you, to serve you. We have our brothers that was here with us, and there's many more brothers behind the scene. We thank y'all for the work that you're putting in for the nation. Hey, with that, Israel, much love to you. We know that many of you starting to embark on the Sabbath. Even for us, it's starting to happen. With that, we say shalom and Most High in Christ bless you all.
Shalom, Israel. Most High in Christ bless.
Shalom. Most High in Christ bless.